Hey everybody, this is Dave Cooper and we're in Denver, Colorado at the Housing Innovation Alliance live roundtables. And today we have a special guest, keynote speaker, Matt Hendricks from Zillow. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Matt, tell us a little bit about what you do for Zillow.
So I'm in the industry relations department. So me and my team, we travel around the country taking care of our largest broker partners, our franchise partners, basically spreading the word of Zillow and making sure that everything that we're doing is having a positive impact on the realtor and broker community.
Right. So what brings you to Denver at the Housing Innovation Alliance?
Well, the good part about it, I live in Denver, which is a rarity that I get to go to a conference that I actually live in the same city. But I'm here to help represent and facilitate just the talk of housing affordability. We obviously have a lot of data and information about housing through Zillow Group with our databases, our 110 million home, deep database of homes, but also the reports and the research that we do not only for internal stuff, but for the government itself. So we have a lot of insight into that. And if we can help facilitate any type of discussion to combat housing affordability, to educate people on it, we're happy to do so. So I'm very happy to be here about doing that.
So with the conversation that's going on, you've been a part of a lot of it already this morning. What are you learning from this group of influencers and people that are here that are really movers and shakers in this industry?
I feel like all of them are facing the same challenges. Regardless of what side of the industry you're on, what type of vendor you are, what type of contract you are, you're facing the same challenges. Land prices, job growth, affordability, regulations. It doesn't matter what market you're in. These things are a factor everywhere, and we just have not caught up with the decline in housing that we had after the recession. And I think there's still a lot of scared and skepticism about pushing that stuff forward, but that's not going to change anytime soon. We've got 10 years to make up for that we're just not on pace to keep doing.
Right. So you mentioned even with Zillow and you're out there in the market and you have all this data. Give us an example of how that data would be used to crack this attainable, affordable housing crisis.
Well, let's even look at the renters themselves. So when we do our surveys and we do a lot of our internal research, we're finding out what renters want, what buyers want, what sellers want. Renters, it's not just about, hey, I can't afford a down payment. That's not always the case. Like, that's a big part of it, but we're a much more transient society now. I don't know if I'm going to stay in the same job for 5 years or 10 years or, God forbid, 30 years like our parents did. They want to have that mobility. They don't want to be tied to that mortgage. And they're used to, renters are much older than they used to be, and they probably live with somebody, whether it's a significant other or a roommate. That is their lifestyle. They want to be able to be mobile if they move every 2 years. They want to be able to change jobs easily. They also don't want to be tied to fixing the water heater or fixing the roof or all those other things, because the rent threshold is already so high. To think about paying that same thing for a home they're owning and then also have to take care of the home, there's lots of factors that are making it much more difficult. And job growth is unfortunately at all the high rent places. I mean, job growth doesn't happen in lots of small markets, but Seattle, Portland, LA, those are difficult and expensive places to live in just to begin with.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Matt, I know you have to run. You have some meetings going on, but I have to say I really appreciate the fact that Zillow's here, the fact that you guys are actually looking at not only being a part of this, but also helping drive towards the solution of how we crack this attainable housing crisis that we're having.
We want to keep doing everything we can to educate ourselves, to educate the market, and to work as much as we can with the consumers to put people in homes. I mean, that's our number one goal, is to make the consumer happy, for them to buy, sell, and then live in their home.
Right. And afford a home.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, that's the dream here. So everyone, listen, we are in Denver, Colorado at the Housing Innovation Alliance live roundtable event. Matt Hendricks from Zillow. Zillow is in the house, I'd like to say. So listen, if you're looking to get involved and you want to understand more about innovation, you need to come to the next year's event at the Housing Innovation Alliance live roundtable event. I'm Dave Cooper. Matt Hendricks, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you next year.